guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Walker Ford, sunny Clearwater, Florida, because guess what? We're gonna do a little Ford SUV comparison. What we're gonna do is we're gonna compare the outgoing 2019 Ford Explorer up against the new redesigned 2019 Ford Edge. Now let's talk about this a little bit. These are gonna be at the same exact price point, maybe minus a few dollars here and there, but you're gonna see when it comes to what options that you have at that price point, we're gonna feature them all right here in this video. So let's go ahead, dive into probably two of Ford's most popular SUVs that they offer. We'll start with the new one, the redesigned 2019 Ford Edge. I like what they did with the headlight design, very clean, very modern. As you work your way down, a little bit of gloss black, not too much. This is functional. It's an air curtain. Air is gonna hit here. You have a little bit of shiny chrome. And then I think it was very smart to just keep this lower portion flat black all the way across with a little extra sprinkling of silver. Really gives the front end of this Edge a nice personality. Grille, I love the shape of it. I think they did a great job making it a little bit larger, so the grille got a little bit larger, headlights got a little bit smaller, and you can see the finished product. When it comes to the hood, you can see the body line might be a little hard to pick up just because of this white gleaming pearlescent color, but very nice body line on the hood. Give it some character. Now over to the Explorer. Explorer's been in the Ford lineup for so many years. The outgoing 2019 looks so sharp. Love the headlight design. You can see, I think it was smart that they just kept it flat black here, and it's very small area right here. Didn't have to take up the whole front end of the car. Functional air curtain, just like on the Edge. As we come across, flat black, little sprinkling of silver, gives it that definition that you want. And now with the grille, I actually like this grille better because I like the shape of it, and I like this flat silver and just a little bit of chrome to kind of tie it all in with the headlights. Up on the hood, very distinctive body lines in this center area and on the Edge. Speaking of the Edge, let's go ahead. We're gonna take a look at the two sides of these. We're gonna start with the Edge. All right, guys, side of the 2019 Ford Edge. As we come around the bend here, you can see very tasteful wheel. You have some brushed aluminum. You have a little bit darker silver. I like the overall design. It's just very clean, very simple. It's an 18-inch wheel, 245 width. And when you're looking at the height, this is gonna be a 50 series tire. Good Michelin tires, gonna give you great grip and great wear. As we work our way down, I like the way they took the white, brought it onto the mirrors, very slim and trim, LED turn signal, and a little bit of flat black. I think the flat black works better because this is gonna take a better beating than gloss black. As we work our way down, I don't know if Tom could show you, but up on the roof, they blacked out the whole roof. Very nice with that wonderful sunroof that they have set up. Smart to have the gloss black here, little bit of chrome on the top and the bottom. I like the painted door handles, and then I also like the way that they kept the lower sill flat black. It's gonna, same thing, take a better beating as you're traveling down the highway and whatnot. Very attractive, pointy rear quarter window, and then to wrap it around, I love what they did with the taillight housing. The way it starts on the side, comes around, and then it's integrated into this black, gloss black area with a little bit of chrome. You have a nice roof spoiler that comes off, and then as we drop down and work our way down, some flat black to make the front and the back match up. You got dual exhaust, very clean. This is an SEL trim with that EcoBoost underneath the hood, but I really think that they hit the nail on the head with the redesign for 2019. Let's go see the outgoing 2019 Explorer. All right, guys, time to check out the side of this 2019 Ford Explorer. Remember, this design is the outgoing. There is gonna be a redesign, and that's why, even more importantly, when it comes to pricing these two models, I think you're gonna definitely get an amazing deal on the 2019 Explorer. But as we come around, that beautiful black paint, I love the flat black around the fender well. Very simple wheel. So I am gonna zonk this wheel because I think the wheels on the Edge have a nicer look. This is just simple, get the job done, get you down the road. Nice silver, 5-star design. This is a 245/60, so you're looking at 245 on the width, same width, but this has a 60 series sidewall 18-inch wheel. As we continue down the side, you can see where at this price point, you're gonna lose some of that extra paint. Flat black on the mirrors. You do have the LED built into the turn signal. And as we work our way back, flat silver roof rails, which remember, on the edge, there were no roof rails. That's something that would have to be added by you, but you get them on this Explorer. They did paint the door handles, and I do like the way that they have the silver trim with the Explorer logo embossed here, and the rest is just flat black. Nice and clean, simple, take the abuse. Very distinctive lines on Explorer. It seems like when you see an Explorer, you know exactly what it is. I do like the way they take the rear quarter window and bring it in with some black and just black out the whole back. It makes it seamless. And then to wrap out the back, I think that the back end of the Explorer is a little bit more attractive than on the edge. I'm not really into the bulbous rear ends, at least on a truck, but or an SUV. I like the way this one comes down. Remember, this is XLT, so we're comparing an SEL and an XLT trim. I do like the chrome with the Explorer logo. You can see the roof spoiler right here. And then as we drop down, same story. Flat black, nice dual exhaust, gives it a nice clean look. Why don't we go ahead, pop the hoods of these two Ford SUVs and see what we're working with. All right, guys, we got the hoods popped on these two Ford SUVs. Let's start with the new one. Remember, this was redesigned for 2019. So underneath the hood, I'm very happy to say you got hood struts. It's gonna keep that hood nice and open for you. 1, 2, 3. What you're looking at, that is a 2-liter EcoBoost engine. So when I say EcoBoost, what should come to your mind is turbo. That is a turbocharged inline 4-cylinder, 250 horsepower. It's mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission. You're gonna get 22 miles per gallon in the city, 29 on the highway. What I like about it, not like you're gonna go to an SUV car show or something like that and pop the hood, but it's just very clean underneath the hood, and I like to see that without a bunch of plastic all over the place. When it comes to the Explorer, we're gonna have to zonk it. You do have a hood prop rod, but you know what? When it comes to engines, you're still looking at EcoBoost. What did I say EcoBoost means? Tell me. It means turbocharged. So underneath the hood of this Ford Explorer XLT is a 2.3-liter EcoBoost engine, puts out 280 horsepower. It's mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, 19 in the city, 27 on the highway. I'm telling you right now, there's no other SUV you're gonna find here at Walker Ford or any Ford lot that are gonna be so similar, not only in price, not only in performance, but also in those MPGs. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and fire these two Ford SUVs up. All right, guys, let's see what type of junk we could put in the trunk of the Edge. You go ahead, look at that, nice power assist lifting rear tailgate. You open it up. Look, they already did us a favor. They put a nice little cargo net back here. You can put your groceries so it's not sliding around, but plenty of room. Those seats are gonna do the 60/40 Tango, which is nice. Lay nice and flat all the way back. You do have, look at that, you see that? Fold that down. You do have a 12-volt as well, which is great. And that's gonna allow you maximum capability. You got little storage container on both parts there. And then somebody wanted me to show, this does have a spare tire. So not every vehicle is coming with those pesky fix-a-flat kits that they just put in there. This little cargo net's a little bit of a pain, but as you can see, once you got it down, you're ready to rock and roll. But why don't we go ahead and check out that 2019 Ford Explorer. All right, guys, time to check out the most important part, like I said, of any SUV. What's nice is even on the XLT trim, you do have a power assist tailgate. Lifts a little slow, but it does get the job done. Here's the biggest surprise. On the Explorer, you get that 3rd row capability. Now, it's not the largest amount of space for a passenger, but at least you'll have more room if you need to carry a couple extra people. I guess my advice is have the smaller people sit in the 3rd row unless you want to punish somebody. But let me show you how this works, because there's a lot of different cords and things going on here. It's actually not too bad once you figure it out. You pull the red one, easily drops down. Now, I know some people would say, hey, where's my fancy buttons? I want power assist. go up a higher trim level. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, I think the straps work a lot faster than the power assist. Now, what you could do is you could actually go like that. Look at that, it's like I'm a magician. I just turned seats into floor. Boom, look at that. So nice, flat. You could then take that middle row, do the 60-40 split. You do have 12 volt back here. I'm glad to see more car companies putting at least a 12 volt, because you know what? You take those kids to the beach, they want their raft inflated, and you're already out of breath just getting to the beach. Now you don't have to breathe anymore. You can save your breaths for you and keep yourself alive. Use that power air pump, the electric air pump, to get that done. They'll be happy, and real easy. If you want to bring it back up, then you just go like that. 1, 2, 3. Look at that, I'm a pro. And I didn't even know, and that rhymes. But anyways, let's get to the best part. Let's go ahead and take these two for a spin. All right, guys, we're in the 2019 Ford Explorer XLT, rolling out of Walker Ford. I'm gonna go ahead and get on the loud pedal. 6-speed drops down. Shifts are fairly smooth. Get you up and running, that EcoBoost engine. Like I said, with the Edge, you're gonna notice a difference in how the vehicle shifts because of the 8-speed automatic transmission. Looking out though, great visibility out the windshield, out the back. I'm not totally in love with the material on the dash, and what I mean by that is the texture. It's got an orange peel texture to it. I wish it was just toned down a little bit, especially because of the bright sun. But XLT trim, lots of great functionality in here, lots of great technology and other features. It does feel a little dark in here because of the black headliner and all the black features inside. But you know what? Armrest feels good on the door and the center armrest. You have your AC controls nicely placed where it's easy to get to. And like I said, if you don't like them here, you could easily go right up top to the infotainment system. Pulling away, very smooth. The torque comes in at a very low RPM, which is good. And I'm telling you, you wouldn't even think that this car has a turbocharger or anything like that. You would think it's natural aspirated. That's what it feels like to drive because of how the power comes in. I'm gonna lower the blower motor just a little bit so it's not too loud in here. But texture on the steering wheel is nice. Gauges, it's easy to read and understand just at a simple glance. And the best part, I think, at the end of the day is gonna be you have that third row capability where the Edge just doesn't have that. All right, guys, of course, on Rady's Rides, we gotta talk a little bit about handling, and we're gonna treat this just like any other review. I do like there is a little bit of a dead pedal, and that's nice. I wish it was a little bit larger, but let's see how she does in this left-hand bend on Rady's Rides test track here. So on the brakes, tip it in. Remember, these are front-wheel drive, rolling on throttle at 6-speed, doing the business. Very smooth, no fuss. I did feel if I would have just carried a little bit more speed into that turn, I could feel the front end start to push. And remember, what that means is that term push is that as I'm turning left, the car is wanting to go right. It's not going left for me. So with that front wheel drive setup, I'm very excited to see what that rear wheel drive setup is gonna feel like in the new 2020 Explorer. So that might be one reason why you wanna hold on to 2020 is if you want a rear wheel drive SUV, because guess what? It's coming. What I love about this Explorer is just how smooth it is. I feel very comfortable. I like the seating in it. I like the overall, how it supports my body, and just really how the car rides over different transitions and bumps. It's very smooth, very capable. And I just feel like I could drive this for a whole day and not even feel tired whatsoever. Controls on the steering wheel are properly placed. Of course, you're getting a tilting and telescoping steering wheel so you can line it perfect with your body, exactly where you want it to be. If you need more technology, then you go up a higher trim level. But I think that if you want an Explorer, great time to buy, because they are moving these 2019s out because of the 2020 that's going to be hitting soon this year. But very smooth on this highway, and I really like the visibility out the windshield. It feels really great just to look at, and nothing in your way. The A-pillars are pulled way out of the way to where it doesn't impede on your vision whatsoever. All right guys, we're leaving Walker Ford. We're in the 2019 Ford Edge. This is that SEL trim. I'm gonna go ahead and get on the loud pedal. Definitely feels a tad quicker with the way that the car accelerates because of the 8-speed automatic transmission. If you notice, we were already in the right gear for that speed when I did press on the accelerator, and it didn't have to drop down. And that's one thing you're gonna notice, is that when you do have to floor it to get in or out of a situation, you're not gonna get that massive pause and then a drop like you do a little bit more so in the 6-speed. So that's one thing. Another thing too is if you like a cleaned up center console area, the rotary dial does a better job, obviously, because it's a lot cleaner than having the actual shifter. My biggest zonk for the interior with this Edge, especially compared to the Explorer, is gonna be this area right here. I don't like this flat black or the way it's really shaped. I wish they could have reworked this a little bit. And then remember, with the Explorer, not only did I think it was better, but it's probably gonna get even more so when the new 2020 hits. But overall, this Edge rides very smooth. You do have that full Vista sunroof, that panoramic sunroof, bringing in the rays, something that you're not gonna get in that Explorer XLT. Brakes feel good. We got the AC working great. That's the nice thing, is when comparing technology, very similar no matter which way you're looking, because you got navigation, you got the heated seats, you got the heated steering wheel, no matter which vehicle you're looking at out of these two. Okay, guys, rolling away from this stoplight. One thing that definitely feels a little different here is when you're looking out over the hood, it seems that there's a little bit more hood showing in your visual space compared to the Explorer, but still same story. Ford does a great job with how they place those A-pillars and really gives you a nice clean view. Side mirrors are a little bit smaller than the Explorer, but still great visibility. And no matter which way you go, you're gonna get the same plethora of safety features by Ford. But merging out onto this road, you punch it down, 8-speed does its job, and that 2-liter EcoBoost has you off and running. You're gonna get a little bit better MPG from the Edge compared to the Explorer. It is a little tighter though on the interior, and you don't have third row capability. So that's gonna be a big deciding factor if you need that third row capability. Unless you just wanna have the people laid down in the back, you could strap them down and just stack them on top of one another. Maybe you could fit another few extra on top of that, but I know many of you aren't willing to do that, make that kind of sacrifice. All right, guys, remember, front wheel drive. We're going in this left-hand bend here, pitch it in, nice and stable, rolling on throttle. You still get a little bit of push because this is a front wheel drive, but you know what? This car definitely does feel quicker, especially at the lower speed coming off that turn compared to the Explorer. And that makes sense when you're looking at overall weight of the vehicle, the power, the transmission, all those things add up. And I think a lot of times we forget that. Everybody just looks for a higher horsepower number. It's not necessarily a high horsepower number you need to get a vehicle to accelerate a certain way. But let's go ahead and really push this a little bit harder here on the brakes, rolling in. Front wheel drive doing its job. Little bit of push like the Explorer, coming out on throttle. One thing's for sure, it's smoother. The gearbox is smoother than that 6-speed. But I am noticing a little bit more wind noise in here. So if you want a cabin that's on the quieter side, I think Explorer might have that for you. Trying to let people get over, but then they slow down too much, so can't help them there. But no matter which way you go, you're gonna get a nice smooth ride. You're gonna get a really good amount of features. Just depends on how much technology do you need in your particular vehicle. And at the end of the day, so competitively priced, not only against one another, but also against its competition from other brands. All right, guys, so driving around, great thing is things are in perfect reach. You could go into your your AC, you got your radio controls, all that. Steering wheel, still wish it was thicker. That's probably my biggest zonk on the interior is the steering wheel and this portion of the center console area. But other than that, very smooth. The seats feel great, and you could drive this thing for hundreds of miles with no complaint from your body whatsoever. But hopefully this gave you enough info. For the two, we're going to wrap it up and get back to Walker Ford in a second, so I'll see you then. Guys, it's been a wonderful day here at Walker Ford. If I was going to choose, I know everybody's always like, Joe, what do you choose? I'm going to go 2019 Ford Explorer. I think you're getting more bang for the buck, little larger vehicle. When it comes to MPGs, they're pretty close, and this is a tried and true platform. That's the way I would take my money. But really, both of these are a great way to go, especially if you don't want something on the larger side. The Edge has that little bit more compact usability, and you're getting more technology and goodies out of it. So it's really your money, your dollar, and your choice. But I definitely got to give a huge thank you to Frank Walker, Weston Walker, Tracy, Benji, Mark, Austin. Everybody here is so accommodating. If these are the types of things that you like to see on Rady's Rides, these comparisons, leave a comment in that comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to see more great content from us here at Rady's Rides, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. It goes a long way. Speaking of going a long way, Big Guns McGee, Tom Moschner, he actually drove 500 miles this morning to get to Walker Ford because he was at a facility training for his next powerlifting competition. Thank you, Tom, for all your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.